Welcome back to a chart nerd technical analysis video. Today we will be discussing the likes of VELO against the USDT on its weekly time frame. Now before I start, this video is not financial advice and is all for educational and entertainment purposes only. However, I hope you do enjoy the content. So at the moment, what we've got on our charts is our triangle pattern that we've been monitoring for 7 months that we've broken out of over the last couple of weeks. We've got the MACD down here and we have the RSI. So I wanted to use sort of all three of these little indicators here, the actual triangle pattern itself, the MACD and the RSI, to sort of give us a bit of a heads up on what may be coming next. Now again, with the last sort of couple of weeks and us breaking out of this resistance, we have seen a push up to 0.019. We have also seen a pullback down to 0.015. So I think on the lower time frames we have been a bit choppy, but as you can see, the last sort of 3 to 4 weeks have been quite nice in regards to price movement for VELO. And from our 0.010 low, we're currently up around 73%. So good signs. And the fact that we have broken this descending resistance over the past 2 weeks, fantastic as well. And I just wanted to point out that we do actually have a bullish cross on the weekly MACD, and we have also taken out a key level of resistance on the RSI, which I think was around somewhere last week. So you can see that the RSI had this high, it came up, had this high again, resistance, and we kept just toying with it, and eventually on the 4th of November, which was the week we found support again on our triangle support levels, we actually had the breakout of the RSI. So this RSI breakout here is good signs, and that's I think why we're seeing this push up here and breaking out of our triangle resistance. And the fact that we also have a bullish cross on the MACD could indicate that we are about to come into some impulsive move, very similar to the previous ones once you get bullish crosses on the MACDs. Now something to note here with the previous cross, if you look at the previous cross on the MACD over here, which was on the 27th of August, this kind of indicated our top. And we was at the resistance level of our triangle at this point as well. So that bullish cross actually indicated the top, and we came in for a lower high and then had that ABC correction back down to support. So we need to be careful here to make sure that this bullish cross wasn't again our local top and we start to pull back. But if we do, what I wanted to show you guys was the fact that if we do start to pull back here, we could just hover above this resistance that we've broken out of and hold it as support before getting the continuation. As you can see, you do come up, correct, you come up, you correct, you come up. What if we correct for a few weeks and then really start getting impulsive? That is a potential play that I wanted to cover and look out for as well. Just the fact that on the weekly, if you do see any sort of larger pullbacks, I think we would trail along previous resistance and hold it as support. Again, it's very hard to give a rough estimate price of that because it's a descending level, but it ranges between 0.015 down to 0.014. So as long as VELO can hold those levels of support, 0.015 to 14, and stay above this resistance that we was previously under, I think we're looking good here for continuation. And what we could sort of see here on this breakout is potentially what we've got is this is a left shoulder, this is a head. We could have come up to that shoulder neckline right now, and if we do get this pullback to this triangle previous resistance, if we do come back over the next couple of weeks, we could form this right shoulder above the triangle breakout. So as long as we remain above 0.015, I'm not fussed. I'm really not fussed right now, and I think we could even see continuation here, and this right shoulder doesn't have to play out. But remember, you've got the triangle pattern we've been monitoring for six to 7 months. Within that pattern, you do get patterns that build up in formation, and we have seen a breakout. So it's good that we've seen the breakout. If we do come back for a couple of weeks and build this sort of right shoulder, it would be good signs again coming into the end of the year, I think, where we could start to see some really impulsive moves for VELO. And if we do have that right shoulder and get the breakout, you can see that the breakout of this inverse set of shoulders kind of takes us up to this wick high, in fact just above, so there's a little bit of confluence with that if we do form a right shoulder over the next couple of weeks. So that's one scenario to watch out for. The second sort of scenario is, again, just because we have had this bullish cross doesn't mean this has to be a top. In fact, we could start seeing the the MACD pick up here over time, and if that does, then I think the price action is also going to experience some volatility and pick up with it as well. Again, as you can see prior, if you look at how flat it was here and eventually it started taking off, we could be sort of coming into that sort of area now where we're looking to take off and this could come and coincide with the price action obviously doing the same thing here for VELO. So I do have some targets in the near short term, especially if VELO does manage to tackle out of this 0.02 high that is struggling to get above right now. If we do sort of break out this local level of resistance at 0.02, right on 0.02, if VELO does start to come up and reclaim this 1 fib, I think we have a potential target to push on to the 1272 at 0.023, and again that would still be from here a rough 34 to 35% move, and you could say in theory that is my 1, this is a 2, this was a 3, we had the A, B, C correction wave 4, which I was covering for ages, and then we've got that wave 5, which is a sort of macro move here that may be complete. And what you'll notice is this 1272 target, if I get this fib extension and drag it over to the left here, the 1272 fib extension target sits right on these candle closes at 0.023. I'll have to get that bang on in a minute. At 0.023. And this is, I think, where VELO is right now trying to get to, because it has broken out of its triangle. You see it's been in its triangle, it's broken out of that resistance, it's reclaimed 0.015, which was the key golden ratio to reclaim, and right now we're sort of pushing on back up to 0.020. So if we can sort of maintain above 0.018 to 15, right now we're currently at 178, we do need to clear 18 in order to see the push up to 0.020. But if we do start reclaiming that, I think we are looking for this impulsive move to continue over the next couple of weeks, where we do retrace back up to these sort of highs that we came down from in May. So I think everything right now is looking okay. We don't have too many sort of bearish signs. In fact, on the weekly time frame, we've broken out of a 7-month pattern. We've reclaimed key levels of resistance that we were struggling to break out of. We've reclaimed those, and right now it just looks like all we need to do is take out this 0.020 to really start getting the game in gear here for VELO. So I think over the next couple of weeks we could see a 0.0240 VELO coming very, very quickly, but again, nothing that I say is financial advice. So just the key things to take away: we are above key resistance from this low, retracing to this high. We've broken above key resistance. It looks like we're retracing back to the 1 fib at 0.020. If that does get taken out this week or next, I would look for the 1272 and retracing back to these candle close highs at 0.024. That's my sort of outlook. Now again, as I said, if we do fail sort of to come and tackle out of this 0.02 range, if we fail, then again just look for that support back on previous resistance, and that's where we could get this sort of inverse head and shoulders pattern building up over time. Okay, so if we do come back, you've got this potential scenario here that could play out, and where we see VELO potentially come back for some sort of ABC, back down to a key level of support on previous triangle resistance, and then get the break. Again, you've got your left head, right shoulder that could potentially form. So that's something I'm looking out for if we fail to take out this 0.02 high. Okay, so you've got my support levels. I've given you the breakout targets to 0.024/3 if we take out this 19/2 high. So it's all about taking out these local highs that VELO's been under as resistance since September. So since September, we've had 1, 2, 3 points of contact on 0.019. Once this area is reclaimed, I expect fireworks for VELO, and at least these highs to be retested in the near short term. And again, we do have other macro targets to 10 to 11 cents. And this is just the start of the journey towards those targets. So I hope you've enjoyed the video today, guys, from Chart Nerd TA. Take care. Peace out.